guys, welcome back to my channel, The Moody Pages. Today I wanted to go over all the books I got this month of May. It is my birthday month. My birthday was on the 24th. I treated myself this month. Like, to me, your birthday month is just like an excuse to treat yourself to whatever you want. Mine was books. So, I did go to the library this month to attempt to read something from the library. I'm gonna have to renew one of them, and the other I ended up just asking for, like, or requesting on Libby, which is like an audiobook. I'll start with those two, but before I get into the library books and the rest of the book haul, I want to point out my candle. This is the candle that's burning right now. Smells like Draco. My lovely friends from the Book Babes threw me a birthday party over the weekend, and it was so sweet. It was Harry Potter themed, and I got spoiled with a Court of Thorn and Roses merch. I was just like spoiled this weekend, and it was amazing. So please follow the Book Babes on Insta. And if you guys want to follow my friend who also has a Bookst account, who's part of the Book Babes but has her own account, her account is Kels Loves Reading. She's amazing. And speaking of who's amazing, is you for watching this video. Thank you so much for helping me get to 300 subscribers. I'm so excited. Thank you all so much for your love and support. Like, every comment, every like, every view is just amazing, and it means the world to me. So I'm thinking about doing a giveaway on my Instagram account. I don't know the specifics yet, but I'll be thinking about it and trying to figure out how to incorporate YouTube, because you guys are awesome. And this has been my first passion, is YouTube. So anyways, thanks so much, guys. And let's get into it. So the first book I got from the library was Yolk by Mary H.K. Choi. And the spine, like this, I don't know, the pages look so cool. Like, this is the coolest book I've ever seen that it's just like this. My friend told me about this one, and she said it was along the lines of like of eating disorders. Like, I don't know, she just said it was really hard to read and how to put it down, like, because it was just too hard for her to read. And that immediately made me think, okay, add to my TBR immediately. I didn't end up buying it, but I did get this from the library. I'm gonna have to renew this because it's due on the 31st. It's the 25th, and I am like reading two other books at the same time, of which neither is Yolk. So I'm gonna renew this. Hopeful. This is gonna be a June hopeful. So June hopeful library pick of the month. Also Legend Born by Tracy Dion. This is another like fantasy book, and it just sounded really good. It's super thick though. I knew I was gonna get to it. I saw that it was on Libby, requested it, and now I'm gonna be on hold for like 12 to 16 weeks, I think. But those two I'm pretty excited about, because Legendborn's been on my TBR. Yolk, just heard about it like last month. The next book that we're gonna talk about, my work had this author as a speaker, which unfortunately I wasn't able to watch, by James Clear, Atomic Habits. First off, super cool. Like, look at the, super cool. The theme of this, so it's like one of those like self-help, motivational, professional books, and it just says, packed evidence-based self-improvement strategies. Atomic Habits will teach you how to design habits that work for you rather than against you. And I think that's like interesting. I have bought, look at all these self-help books. Now I'm going to be adding this one onto it. I don't have time, and nor do I like actually read self-help books as much as I want. But I am going to try and make it a goal to like read a chapter a week or something like that, because I feel like that's pretty accomplishable, right? Like a chapter a week for a self-help book. So we'll see how that goes, right? I want to put this one up here with the rest of my self-help books. Also, I went to like a convention online. It was like the California Conference for Women, and I bought all of these. That was like a few months ago, and I still have yet to read a single freaking page. All right, let's do. So I got a few bookish box books this month. I got 3. So I got my March adult, March young adult, and then I just got my April. Like, I just filmed that video before this, and I put on my shirt I got in the adult box. So I didn't want to wear the same outfit twice in a row in 2 videos. So I got this book, Hunt the Stars, in my March adult box. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. A part of me wants to really read it, and the other part of me is like, I think I might pass. It's a sci-fi fantasy book, and there's some romance in here too, I guess. Like, I don't know. And then look at the... Okay, like the artwork is beautiful. It's just like, what's going on here? Like, is space making out with like a light? Like a form of light? Like a star? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Looks weird to me. And this is probably the most underwhelming book I got from them. Like, this was it. You've seen all the rest of my bookish box, right? Like, the bookish box unboxings, the books are always absolutely stunning. This be it. Blue. Just this. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is the most underwhelming book I received from the bookish box ever. I literally just unboxed River of Shadows. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, look at that. Just stunning. And then, even more stunning, the reversible dust jacket. Oh my gosh. So pretty. So pretty. So I guess this one's like a dark fantasy, a dark romance. Dark fantasy romance. So this one's kind of high up on my TBR, to be honest. That sounds up my alley. Then this is the next one. This Tequila Kingdom. This was actually a pre-order from a few months ago. This also has beautiful edges. And, oh, forgot to get the bottom. And, like, they actually have, like, the fan art. Absolutely stunning. Like, I feel like I can tell a difference in their monthly books versus this pre-order, because this pre-order is stunning. And look at this fan art. Just beautiful. And on top of that, of course, you know, reversible dust jacket. Pretty simple on the back. I think this front one is like where it's at. But then look at it. Again, I'm a sucker for gold foiling. So this book, again, just up my alley. I think this one's also another fantasy romance. And it's not as thick, so it makes me want to read this one sooner rather than later. I have so many books I want to read for June. And so little time. I'm not that fast of a reader. I think I'm fast, but I'm not that fast, actually. Okay, next up. This is my birthday book. My boyfriend took me to Barnes & Noble yesterday, because yesterday was my birthday, and I got to pick out a book for my birthday, and I got this one. This is called For the Wolf, and it's pretty much like a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. The first daughter is for the throne, the second daughter is for the wolf. And then I was reading in, like, you know, the little synopsis thing, and it says, like, you know, the second daughter is supposed to be dedicated to the wolf, but guess what? The wolf is a man. I mean, this could be really good, am I right? Like, it seems pretty dark. It seems like it's gonna have some romance in it. It seems pretty good. So, oh, and like the pages, I love when they're ripped like this. It just, love. If I were to write a book, I want like these type of ripped edges. Love them. I'm thrilled to read this. Again, another June hopeful, but there's so many books to read in June. So over the weekend, my friends and I went to Flagstaff. We went to a bookshop and I treated myself to Crescent City. I did not get a hardcover. I am not a fan of hardcover, to be honest. I'd much rather paperback, and she's thick. But I'm really hoping to read this sometime during the summer. My friend Kelsey is going to start reading the ACOTAR series, and I heard if you kind of like have read ACOTAR, you can kind of find some similar, like, similarities, and you can kind of, if you like dig deep, you can find some like hints of an interwoven king, like, I don't know, references, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We'll see. I'm really excited to read this book. I really liked the ACOTAR series, and I'd much rather start reading this before I Throne of Glass, because this is still ongoing and there's only 2 books. I think Throne of Glass it's a finished series, but it has like way more. I'd rather start little, even though they're thick. Next birthday book is Wendy Darling. This is from my friend Kelsey. Again, Kels loves reading on Instagram. This is a Peter Pan retelling, and I'm also really excited for this. It's like the first like review thing on here. It says richly imagined, surprisingly dark, and heartbreakingly beautiful. So very excited. It says Wendy grew up. She has a husband and a young daughter called Jane, and a life in London. But one night, after all these years, Peter Pan returns, and then Wendy finds him outside her daughter's window looking to claim a new mother for his lost boys. But instead of Wendy, he takes Jane. Now a grown woman, a mother, a patient, and a survivor, Wendy must follow Peter back to Neverland to rescue her daughter and finally face the darkness at the heart of the island. What made Wendy think that like this was so dark? You know, like what happened to make her have this trauma, it sounds like. So I'm really excited to read this, and it sounds really interesting. Very excited to read this. This has been on my TBR for a long time. And there's actually another Peter Pan retelling that just came out as well. I don't know what it is, but it just came out. Like everyone was talking about it on Book of the Month. For like, it was part of like the Book of the Month series options. Okay, so the rest I have bought from Pango. This is the stack I have bought from Pango. And this will also be a good thumbnail moment. Oof, these are all the books. Oof, okay. Yeah, these are all the books I bought. Oof, okay. Let's start with these 2. Okay, this is first one, The Broken Girls. I listened to this one on Libby, and it was amazing. Like, this book is so freaking good. I gave it a 5-star. It spooked me. It was a really good like mystery. To me, it was a little thriller-ish because there's paranormal stuff, and I'm a baby when it comes to paranormal stuff. A baby. So to me, this was like the perfect amount of paranormal that I could handle. Highly recommend this. Let's see, it has 2 different point of views, and this was like the first audiobook that I could actually listen back and forth on the timeline, because they actually like distinguished what time is which, like, you know, between the characters, the point of views, and each point of view actually was like very different. It's just so good. I'm trying to think. So it takes place in 1950 and 2014. It's about these girls in 1950 that were a part of this boarding school, and then in 2014 the boarding school has been closed for forever, and someone bought it and wants to rebuild, and someone's trying to find out why they're trying to rebuild when it wasn't a good boarding school to begin with, and there was a murder over there. So dum dum dum, super good. Also, I've read this or listened to The Sundown Motel by this author. Also amazing. So I do need to get that one. Next book by this author is The Book of Cold Cases. Also really excited. I honestly don't have any idea what this is about. It says, some crimes come back to haunt you. A true crime blogger gets more than she bargained for while interviewing the woman acquitted of 2 cold case slayings in this chilling new novel from the best-selling author of The Sundown Motel. Also says 1977 and then 2017. So it seems like it's also going to be another dual point of view, different timelines, and that's also how the Sundown Motel was. So I, just from the Sundown Motel and then the Broken Girls, I'm in love with this author. So I'm very excited to read this and I'm thrilled. Also, like, Pango, if you don't have Pango, check out Pango. I think it's like pangobooks.com. But this book was like $4. This was like $8 maybe, and it's originally $27. It's a hardcover. So really good prices like on these books. All right. Again, I'll probably do an author shout out once I buy the Sundown Motel. And hopefully I buy that in July because I'm going to try and do a notebook buying ban for June. The next book I got was LA Weather. This sounded really good. I was just browsing Barnes & Noble and I was looking at the thriller section. And it said that this is part of like Reese's book club. So I was like, I'm pretty sure she has really good books. So it'd have to be good for me, right? It says, forecast. Storm clouds are on the horizon in this fun, fast-paced novel of a Mexican-American family from the author of the #1 Los Angeles Times bestseller, Esperanza's Book of Saints. So it sounds really interesting. It's, let's see. Someone is harboring costly secret that distracts them from everything else. The wife is desperate for life, a little more intimacy, a little less Weather Channel. She's gonna end their marriage, but then like their 3 kids are blindsided and left questioning everything they know. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. It sounded good when I was looking at it, so yeesh. And then another, I believe I got this one for $8 on Pango as well. This says $27.99. My friends were reading Kingdom of the Cursed, and I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a really good series. I really want to read it. So I went on there just to look for Kingdom of the Wicked to see if they had anything, and they did. Someone was selling this for $3. $3 freaking bucks. So I was like, buy. And I'm currently reading it right now, and so far so good. And the lady then messaged me and she's like, hey, so I haven't, the person that I bought this from, she's like, hey, I haven't listed the second book yet, but it's a special Barnes & Noble edition. Do you want to buy it? It's hardcover. I was like, how much are you selling it for? And she said, well, since it's hardcover, $6. And I was like, $6 for real? Sure, yeah, I'll buy it. And then she was so nice. So that was only going to be like $9, right? And she was like, okay, well, how about this? I will read you the listing and I'll actually list it as the 2 books and I'll do it for $10 because anything $10 and over in my shop is going to be free shipping. So that way you don't have to pay for shipping. And I was just like, dang, dude, like tag me on customer service because this was going to be like $9. I'd have to pay for shipping, and she sold it to me for $10 and I didn't have to pay for shipping. So this is the second book, Kingdom of the Cursed, and it's dope. Like, look how cool it looks. It just looks awesome. Little holographic moment. It's blue, and I just realized that the cover is actually upside down. That's like really funny. Anyways, so far so good. I'm really enjoying this. It's about 2 sisters and there's one brutal murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself, and an intoxicating romance. I got to the murder part and I gasped and I was shocked. So very excited to finish reading it, and I thought that these 2 books were a steal. And then this one I actually bought off Amazon for $7, and this is Tequila Kingdom. I have seen so many things mentioned about this book and it sounds so good, and it's about like royalty. There's, okay, Princess Lyra is siren royalty and the most lethal of them all, with the hearts of 17 princesses in her collection. Oh, princes in her collection. She is revered as across the sea, till a twist of fate forces her to kill one of her own. And then to punish her daughter, the Sea Queen transforms Lyra into one of the sirens, the one thing the sirens love the most. loathe the most? A human. A human. So very interesting to hear about like a siren being turned into a human, because I haven't heard of anything like that. This sounds amazing. Sounds very good. And that's all the books I got this month. A lot of books. I'm a little nervous to count because that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 books this month. And the month's not over yet, but I really cannot buy anything more because first off, I already made this video. Second off, my bank account is like, no more, no more. And my bookshelf is also saying, we got no room. So I will not be buying any books for the month of June, minus the book box subscriptions that I'm already subscribed to. And guess what? three subscription boxes I'm subscribed to. I got the adult, I got adult and young adult for the bookish box, and then I decided to do Owl Crate, and I actually had an unboxing video I filmed for Owl Crate, and I never uploaded. So this next Owl Crate one will technically be my first unboxing for you guys. Do any of you guys have like any of these books on your TBR? You excited for me to review any on my Booksta account, or even like review one here? I can do that as well. And this video is super long, so I'm gonna cut it off. Alright guys, have a great rest of your night. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye!